track.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Sunday Night Live. It's been 2 weeks. What's going on, Mike?
Hey, Trev. How's it going? Howdy.
Great. Feels like it's been forever. This month is a lot of stuff happening this month. A lot of stuff. A lot of moving parts in my family and my life. Yeah. But
and life will do that, especially around this time of the year. You know, life will do that.
Mm-hmm. Oh, for sure. Yeah, I caught a little bit of you and Steve on there last night on the Tower Talk. I jumped onto Kevin's live, was on there for his 2K subscriber live, showing some support to him.
Yeah.
We'll check out who's in the chat. Tina.
Hey, Tina.
What's up, babe? Hope you're doing well home from work. Entropy. What's up, Kevin?
Hey, Kevin.
Some early showings. He's actually stayed on there from 1 a.m., 12 a.m. Mm-hmm. Las Cruces. What's going on, buddy?
Hey, Las Cruces.
Hope you're doing well today. We got Joseph, 47 today.
Happy birthday, Joseph Michaels.
You're a youngin'. You're same age as Seth 11.
We're all around the same age, you know.
Right. Gen X, baby.
Yeah.
Oh, Joe. What's going on, Joe?
Hey, Joe.
Great show on Friday night with Steve, Chuck, and Mark Andrews. Showed off some great covers. Check out Anachronic Comics. Phil, what's up, Detroit Phil?
Hey, first Phil.
How you doing, Phil? About your don't worry. Just one more loss. What do you got? 3 losses now? Got beat by Buffalo. I was rooting for y'all, man. Thought they could do it. Buffalo's rough this year, man. Buffalo's beat y'all and us. It's they're definitely the number 1 team.
Just stomping over people.
We're 13-1 now. We won this today. Steve White. Talk about
what's up, brother Steve?
Show. On Friday, Steve was showing off some fire. Nice. Hope everybody's having a great Sunday. Yo, ho, ho, ho. What's up, Cat Fan?
Hey, Cat Fan.
Check out Cat Fan weekday mornings on his channel, 8 o'clock Central Time for Comic and Collectible. Great weekday show. Puts a lot of effort into that. Will, what's going on, Will? Happy holidays,
hey, Will.
Bud. Hope you're doing well. I know you've been on a lot of shows lately. It's not the age with the mileage. Yeah. Rode hard, put up wet. Is that what the saying is, Steve?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, for sure. Still in the playoffs. LP, what's going on, Lady Prime?
Hey, Lady Prime.
Didn't have a show yesterday, but had one 2 weeks ago, which is still before the last time or after the last time we were live. So check them out. The Saturday morning stretch. You guys were looking great in those pictures. They showed some pictures from a little family get together or something like that. And they were all dressed up. I was like, whoa. Looking all professional. Thanks for popping in, LP. What's up, Bruce?
What's up, Bruce?
Bruce does a great show over there at Kingdom of Nerds, like 4 days a week. Really publicized and puts a lot of effort and editing into that. You're throwing up all those slides, all the different books you were talking about with all the interior slides. I was like, damn, took him a while probably to make all these slides. On vacation, I can stay up late. Nice.
I like that.
Already on Christmas vacation.
Right.
What's up, DJ Wise, James?
Hey, James.
Hope you're doing well, man. Miss you on Wednesdays. Christmas Day goodbye.
Wink Geeks Mystery Box.
Oh, Wink Ink Mystery Box. What's this?
It said Christmas money, so it must be expensive.
Right? Is that like statues, maybe, or something like that?
Hey,
They are. Nice
I
showing
think it's
on Legion of Comics earlier today. Like I want to see AR on there talking about what he loves, talking about Star Wars and stuff. Pops, what's going on, Pops?
Hey, Pops.
Thanks for popping in. Check out Pop's Instagram channel. Always some great buys on there. Not yet. Dude, the mail's so backed up right now, especially around here. I'm getting stuff I was supposed to get like 4 days before.
Yeah, I'm
Which
still waiting
is a
on my
reminder.
Black Friday.
Yeah, if you're sending something out, be sure to send it out early because
It's getting backed up in places. Yeah.
Slides are, yeah. I can imagine as many as you had. Yo, what's up, Paul?
Hey, Paul.
Happy Sunday. Check out Paul on Tuesday. Paul and his amazing friends, 7 o'clock Central Time. Usually a 2.5 hour live stream. Just a lot of fun. Paul really puts a lot of effort into that as well. Great group of people over there. Matt Spidey, what's up, Simon?
What's up, Simon?
Man, Simon, he's way ahead of us, so he's already into Monday over there. Must be getting up.
Mm-hmm. Is there like 16, 17 somehow?
Hours ahead.
Mm-hmm. So he's like lunchtime tomorrow.
Yeah, I guess so. I guess that would be. Tate Prime, what's going on, Tate?
What's up, Tate?
Appreciate you. Budget Ribs, Brian, what's going on?
What's up, Budget?
Thanks for coming in. No comics and slab. Oh, okay. It's like a
$150. The $100 came with the Secret Wars 8 9.2, but it was there only. You know what you're getting.
I got you.
Okay.
Interesting. Yeah.
Yes.
Time of the year. It's for sure.
2 p.m.
2 p.m. All right.
Chilling on his holiday. Well, enjoy, Simon. Enjoy, you know.
Check out Matt Spotty over there. Always does a live stream on Saturday nights. Goes for a lot of hours. Thought about jumping on last night after Kevin's stream, but you guys saw that you were trying to get out of there. Everybody was trying to keep you on. So I was like, I better not jump on. I need to jump on there again. But thanks everybody for showing up. We got a few people to shout out real quick. We have Splash Page Comics, Monty. Monty's been around for a while. He's got 695 subs, and he definitely needs more than that. But always does some great videos, some great contests. Like right now, he's running his Christmas contest, which huge giveaways. But he was on Kevin's live stream last night showing off crazy books. ASM 1, AF 15, X-Men 1, like all those awesome books. But great dude. Check him out. He's also a Texas brother, I found out.
Yes, he is. Known as Mr. White Gloves. Monty is a cool individual. You know, he has an awesome collection. He's been collecting for a long time. He's a little up there in years, but Monty's a good guy.
Yeah, he's always on the church, Bleecker Street.
Yeah. A lot of places. He's a streamer. You better watch out. You'll find him all over the place.
Here we got Whack Comics. Got a shout out, one of the Australian homies.
Lee.
Whack always does some great videos, does interviews with different creators and different YouTube personalities. So check him out. Just puts a lot of effort into it. It's always hilarious. I need to get on one of his Whack videos. What are those called?
10 Whack Questions. But
10 Whack Questions.
You have to be invited, so neither one of us have been cool enough yet. But supposedly,
I got invited like about a year and a half ago.
I never have. And
Or
Lee knows me, son of a but Catfan's the next, supposedly the next guest, because you have to get called out on the show, so maybe Catfan will you know be
yeah, have
like,
you already
hey,
got on there, Cat Fan? Have you already recorded it, or are you waiting to do that, Cat Fan?
I've been waiting to see the Catfan episode forever.
It's going to be interesting to say the least.
Okay, he hasn't contacted you. Okay.
I'm sure he's probably
Yeah.
waiting till the end of the year.
You better contact him.
Do it, contact him.
Yeah,
And
I'd
lastly, we
contact
got
him.
my co-pilot, Evil's Comics,
This guy.
who right now is doing live shows talking about either the Tower or Dungeons and Dragons, different trilogies and Dungeons and Dragons books on Saturday nights.
Rather enjoying it. Rather enjoying it. No, I mean,
But
both versions of book clubs right now, because it's like horror / like fantasy. So I'm kind of offering, and I'm enjoying not only the live conversation, but the comments and stuff we get during, and that kind of stuff. But no, the tower has been just a dream come true. Getting to talk about that live with other people, and no, that's fantastic. And me and Steve, yeah, we carrying it on, man. We carrying it on.
yeah, that's funny, Simon. He hasn't even invited me yet. I don't believe that. I don't
He's
believe
probably serious. Lee be like that because he knows,
talisman.
Yep,
But
that's
check out Mike's videos, past videos. He does a shitload of reviews. Just, how many reviews do you think you have on here? 700?
yeah, the 800 something. I had a count at one time. I don't know. Don't quote me. There's a lot of videos. I got a lot of videos. I've been waiting for that fan that's like, yeah, I'm gonna go through your whole catalog. Good luck.
Yeah. You gotta break that shit down into playlists.
It's got playlists, dude. There's playlists. Shit, go through the playlist. What's up, Chance?
How you doing? It's fun having you on the stream last night. Seeing some of your cards. Hearing you talk about some of the stuff Kevin was pulling. Next we have, what have you read or watched? I guess we can start off with the trailer. Really short one.
What is this?
This just dropped, like 7 days ago?
Oh, Reacher?
This moment for some time now.
It's got a big dude in it, huh? I need to see this big dude.
Who is this guy?
The big dude. Oh, that's him. He's the big dude.
He's twice my size.
Last time I saw a guy twice your size was on Mount Rushmore.
I like it.
February 20th.
I like it.
Love me some Reacher.
Yeah, right around the corner. I didn't know the big guy was going to be the focus on the trailer. That's funny. I had not seen the trailer. I was just joking because I heard there was like somebody that was twice the size, and everybody was flipping out. I like that the marketing was behind the same effect. That's cool.
That's funny. Love Reacher. Great series and books, right? And if anybody's watching Alex Cross, man, I enjoyed that first season. Hopefully that continues kind of the same.
Ooh, hey, damn.
Right? Because Alan Rickman is like 6'4", I want to say. So that dude had to be over 7 foot. Or right at 7 foot at least. He probably had platforms on or something.
I was reading this comment right here. Click on that one.
Go ahead, click on it.
And he's like, if you like Reacher, the books are just as fun. I've read 29, I think, books this year. That's crazy. Yeah, I know there's a lot of Reacher books because he's been writing for a long time. I mean, we've gotten how many different versions of Reacher in media? Like, I think 3, like actors that have portrayed him so far. Because Tom Cruise, I think Harrison Ford at one point, I want to say. I don't know. Don't quote me on the actors. I forget.
All right. Other stuff. Stuff that I've watched. I don't know if you've watched, but Creature Commandos. Have you started watching this?
I'm all caught up, baby.
Nice. Part of me, after watching it, yes, his formula works for Guardians of the Galaxy. It worked for Suicide Squad, and it works for this. But the more I see of like his same formula types, this formulaic
You're worried about
directing,
Superman.
yeah, I'm worried about Superman that they're not going to make Superman with all the minor characters they're going to introduce into Superman, kind of like this, and Superman be like still the focal point, but him kind of do the all.
I don't think so. I think, I mean, because people forget, even the Guardians of the Galaxy, like 1, 2, 3, Suicide Squad, blah, 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 all the James Gunn films specifically, okay, like, they do have a lot of comedy, and we all kind of know his format, but he also has a lot of seriousness in there. I mean, you're talking about, like,
He does.
within the MCU, some of the most serious scenes came out of, like Guardians of the Galaxy or vice versa, that Snyderverse. I mean, you're talking about that was the Rick Flag death scene, people. No, what I think he's going to do is, I think with these projects, he's going to keep them silly, slapsticky, like the same formula. And to be specific, I think he's going to do this with Creature Commandos and Peacemaker. Superman, I think, is going to be kind of a similar format to Guardians, where it's the tone is going to be serious, but I think all the side characters that he's shown, that's where he's going to release some of that comedy out. I mean, you're talking about a lot of the characters we've seen, they already have comedy elements. I mean, we're talking about Guy Gardner's going to be there, and they already showed Nathan Fillion with the bowl cut, and, so that there's going to be some of that level in there. As far as like how much, I feel like he's going to do it justice. This is the first big movie behind the DC Universe Studios, so
I still have faith, but that's the only thing. This kind of it felt like the same formula. I loved it though. I loved all the characters. I love how they're doing, which is a little different. They're doing each episode highlighting a character.
I can say
episode
really
2 and 3 were both.
I can say what really scares me is the fact that he's tying it back to the Snyderverse so quickly. In the first episode, they have that quarter
Right?
multi, and it's like, damn, like, I kind of wanted this to be brand new, fresh, and I get that they were going to keep Peacemaker in some elements, but you can write that in as like fresh, like, and that supposedly they have some explanation on the final scene of Peacemaker, like how they're going to explain that away, like how that part's not canon because the Justice League kind of showed up or whatever. Okay, so this just goes full blast into, all that was connected before, and I get we got Weasel, but like, do we have to get it like first episode right off the bat? Like, hey, Ian and Becca.
Hey, what's going on? Pizza Rat and Beck?
I really enjoy. I mean, I want to say I'm at like it's a 6 for me right now. I feel like it could go to a 7 and 8. Like for me, it's been a little better than okay. It's not like the greatest I've ever seen. It's not like, even in all categories I can think, it's not like the most violent. It's not like the best animated. It's not, no. But as far as it being,
it's
like,
pretty freaking violent.
It is. I'm not saying it's not, but as far as it being like, this is, you got to watch the, I'd say Invincible did that better. As far as like,
for sure. Invincible's a masterpiece, though.
Well, I mean, I'm talking about a specific category, No, but as far as this being the start of this DC universe, it's not a bad start. You know what I'm saying? It's not like super like fantastical start, but no, it's still a good start.
See, Mike's scale's a little bit different there, Tate. Mike will give us something a 6 and say that he likes it and thinks it's pretty good. So
yeah, it's still good. Anything over 5, below 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, those are the bad numbers.
Hey, what's up, Callie? Hey, sorry, Callie. I don't know, a couple weeks ago when I was shouting you out, I got you, which I have before many times. I don't know, it's like you and Chaos. Comics. Yeah, I get you guys mixed up. It's like the only two people I really ever get mixed up. So sorry about that. If you were like, "What the hell is he talking about?" Appreciate you, Callie. Go check out Callie Comics. But yeah, I give it a solid 7.5. I think this 7.8 right there is probably pretty accurate.
I can say for me, the slowest episode was that first episode, and the next two have been really great. And some of the finer points or some of the side characters that I was kind of hesitant to begin with. Weasel didn't have like the greatest like. I even like Weasel, like he's a cool, but I mean they just didn't use him kind of thing. And this they
Right.
physically are, so it's it's a lot better. I dig the whole, like everything they're setting up. I just need right now. The only thing I'm missing is I need main story. Like what are they after? Give us that, especially with the cliffhanger with this new episode. I feel like we're getting that soon. So
For sure. Yeah, I like how at least they're trying to bring them together as a team more with what's her name? Cersei. They fucked her
yeah,
up.
yeah.
Thanks,
Some
bro.
of the things that point out is like, okay, so this is the start of this universe, right? So everything from now on is like canon. I do not like the music. I don't know what's going on with the
Right.
music. I've heard people like, I love James Gunn's movies, and a part of that is because of his use of music within those movies. It's a part of like the whole experience to me.
Hmm.
Music in movies actually, for me, elevates, the whole, like whatever it is. A great movie soundtrack is a big part of the score of a movie. Okay, so with this, I don't know what's going on. I even get like the music he's picking. It's related to this imaginary country that we're in right now. But
Uh,
like, but why play that music? It's not like we're physically there. You could play any music, and no. The music to me is really some of the scenes. It's really distracting, and it's like, well, why this song? Like they all sound like end credit scenes. Like the music that as the show's going, like, and it's usually that
I need
it
to go back
sounds
and listen now. Now that you're
it,
pointing all this out, other people are too,
it's
obviously.
weird. Like it's weird, like Ukrainian. I want to say, and I
Oh
don't know.
yeah.
I don't know
Okay.
physically what country. It might not even. It might be physically not even real music because in the show we're in a fictional country that's supposed to be. So like
Mhm.
it's kind of like we're in Latveria or whatever. So it's a music that's from there, and I get that, but like we're not there. Like, why do we need to listen to this music? Like, I don't need to be in the app. I'm not
Right.
getting. Uh, now the music, and I've heard people like, if you go in the comments on like Facebook and Instagram and like look on the show, like
Mhm.
post about the show, all the comments are always like, the music is fire. Like, oh my god, I need this album, and I'm like,
What?
did they release like different soundtrack? Am I getting a different, like, I watched this on HBO Max. Like, are you seeing a different?
Next, we got Dune Prophecy. It's like what 4 episodes out on this right now.
Yep, two more to go.
Mwah. Mwah. Just beautiful. Yeah, shit's gonna hit the fan. It'll probably leave on a huge cliffhanger.
Yeah, I'm enjoying it. It's really good.
Mhm.
I don't I don't think I have any major complaints or anything. It's been intriguing and pretty good. I don't know.
Anybody else watching this? Let us know. Tony, what's going on, Combiverse?
What's up, Tony?
How you doing, buddy? Check
No,
out
I like it.
Combiverse Saturday nights, 7 o'clock Central Time. He always goes live. Mike's on there a lot.
Sometimes I like, and he's part of our Dragonlance. And
Yeah,
no, but
yeah.
I want to. I like all the actors that are a part of this that makes up that. I think if we had like lesser actors or maybe actors that weren't so into it, it might deplete the show. But the fact that we're getting like, A-star acting from it's kind of enhancing the show.
This
There's
chick
some
right here, the Empress, isn't she from fucking The Witcher? Wasn't she the queen on The Witcher? Or she just looked like her?
that I'm not sure. She's somebody I don't recognize, but I do like her. What she's got going on because she's kind of the main instigator between everything.
Yeah.
Just kind of the one that angsting up what's his face, you know,
Mhm.
the dude that can just burn people. Um, I mean, she kind of makes Mark Strong, and I love Mark Strong, and he always plays good characters. But like that, if I had to complain, that's probably my one complaint about the show is they are underusing the fuck out of Mark Strong.
Yeah.
Like not. I mean, he's the known emperor of like the known all universes, and we get like a couple seconds of scenes with him, and he's always like. Yeah, he just reminds me of like a child in a man body because he's not good at making decisions. He's not, you know, like I mean, but
No,
he's
he's
the
kind of a
emperor.
wuss. Yeah. She kind of controls him.
Mm.
And now he's controlling him. Old
Everybody,
Ragnar.
the true Sayer, you know, she was controlling him before. Now his wife. Now Ragnar. You know, I mean, he's just.
Only
Yo,
3 away
Tony.
from 400. Sub up Tony if you get a chance, people.
Hey, hell yeah! If you are not subbed up to Tony, you better be.
Next we have Secret Level. Have you watched this?
All of it, baby.
Yes, dude. I loved. Some of it's reimagined. Some of it's kind of like the same. This what you would expect from the property. What this is, everybody, is it's 8 episodes of different properties like Pac-Man, Metal. Was it not Metal Gear? What's that? Gears of War.
It's
Like different.
it's an anthology style show, and it's based on individual video games. Each episode is based on a different like really IP or you know video game because Dungeons and Dragons you could say it's a video game,
IP.
but I
It's
mean
just IP.
yeah
I
yeah
wouldn't say it's video game anthology. It's an anthology. Even though it says, does it say video game anthology? It's just
it
animated
is
TV anthology.
it is because all of it's based around like the D&D's basically Baldur's Gate, like that they're all like it. This was made if you watch these and you had never heard or played the games are out there and you can go play them and stuff. And
Right.
to the point, they even like there's one on the because there's going to be like 2 parts to it. They released 8 episodes and then they're releasing 8 more. Okay, which I think they just did. Um, so the only one that physically didn't have a game attached to it was Pac-Man. I mean, yes, it does have. Well, I mean, Pac-Man. Then there's a
Yeah,
ton
it's
of
nothing
Pac-Man.
like it. Completely reimagined.
Yes, it was a completely reimagined. And this morning, they announced a Pac-Man version game that matches this style that's coming out in like a month or something like that.
That the Dungeons and Dragons though one was just like at the
That
very
was
end
one of my
was
favorite episodes. Like
dude just
the Warhammer and the Warhammer. Me and
the
my brother.
Warhammer was amazing.
Oh, and you're talking about okay, some of this is going to be the basis of some movies we're getting. We do
Yeah,
know this, and that was the basis of the Warhammer movie we are getting with Henry Cavill. That's already been like, that's part of the storyline that we're going to get further on.
Henry Cavill going to be Titus. That's what I thought at the end of like, is he
A
going to be
lot of
Titus?
people were saying that.
That'd be awesome.
No, but this
Hey
was
man, it's really
fantastic.
good.
I mean, honestly, every single
What's up,
episode
Chop?
to me. What's up, Chop? I see Caroline too. What's up,
Lady
lady?
Lord of the Rings. What's going on?
And Christian. What's up, Christian?
Hey, Christian De Leon. What's going on, bud? Been a while.
I agree, Phil. And it's a good time to do it. They're trying to capitalize on Fallout's success as far as Amazon's concerned with the video game LPs, and right now, I mean, there's some naysayers. Oh, video game adaptations are horrible and blah blah blah. No, they have been progressively getting better. We're talking about Last of Us was, must see TV. Fallout when it was all was must see. I mean, there have been some progression. And this, for me, every single episode hit. Like it, I mean, there was a bunch of the games that I wasn't familiar with. Like, I think the second episode is like Sofu or yeah, I know of.
Sifu, yeah.
Yeah, and I know of the
I thought it
game.
was. It's obviously a Japanese game.
Yeah,
Something
yeah,
like that. Yeah.
yeah. I've never played it or whatever. I know of the game, but like, I mean, after watching that episode, you kind of get what it's about. I mean, it was pretty easy to.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah.
It did feel that one had like a lot of like. I mean, that one had a lot of like. I want to say some other things, some other reasons why it tanked. You know, there's
I
a
was
lot of
talking
like
about freaking
Borderlands.
Borderlands. Yeah,
I love Borderlands, and it could have been
yeah,
a lot better. I'm not. I mean, it's in the 6 or 7 rank for me. I really enjoyed Borderlands. It wasn't the greatest, but there's also some real world stuff that affected. Like, and me and my brother were just talking about because there was another movie that came out recently that instantly tanked that a lot of people love, but like, it's just because some actors are in it and that they have a political, view, and
oh yeah.
people aren't liking it. And I can say it specifically like Jack Black right now. Kind of anything with Jack Black's like,
Yeah,
failing.
I think why Borderlands failed was the casting. The casting was completely off. The characters in the game, like Kevin Hart, did not need to play him. Like that character is huge, and
There's a
like
lot of
The
them. It should have
Rock
been
could have
rated
played that
R.
character, and then Kate Blanchett, way too old. Moxie didn't give off the Moxie vibes. Like I don't know. It was the casting for me. But I enjoyed the movie just because I'm deep into Borderlands. I played the shit out of some Borderlands
I
games.
liked it, and especially like not knowing like because I've like I don't think I've ever successfully beat a Borderlands game. I've played them, but and I've gotten far. But as far as like remembering what the main story was about, nah, that I didn't remember. So actually, like getting into the movie and like it kind of summing up the things that I remembered, I was like, yeah, I thought they did a good job. And I agree
Well, I
with
mean
Tate that
the
I agree with Tate.
visuals, the costumes and the visuals were amazing. That's one
Yeah, they
thing I got
were.
to say about. Yeah,
I like the director already, Eli Roth. It was kind of a win, and yeah, I want to say that's like where it did win and where it did fail. Like it should have been a rated R film. I think it was originally supposed to be, and it got turned into the PG-13. Like, I mean, it's one of
yeah,
those movies that just had a
yeah.
lot of issues, kind of thing. But I feel like Tate. Like to me, it just felt like a reskin Jumanji. And guess what? I like
That's a good
all three
point.
Jumanji. I liked all three Jumanjis.
I haven't seen the last one.
That was one of the things that I said when it first came out was if it had a Jumanji type feel to it, and everybody was like, "It's nothing like Jumanji," and I was like, "No, not like the story wise,
Just
but
the
the way it
feel.
was filmed, yeah,
Mhm.
it does feel like them."
It does.
Video games that I'm looking forward to. I haven't been playing a lot of like new
New
video
ones.
games, but Elden Rings. I saw the preview on that. Witcher 4. Witcher 4 looks amazing. Um, but this would mean I would have to get like one of those systems to be able to play one of those games. Yeah,
Yeah, brand new systems aren't cheap.
no,
Back
especially most of that moving to PS5 and the how expensive it is. No, it's not even a matter of having the money to get these systems. It's a matter of like it being in stock so you can buy it. To me, that's the most annoying thing. Period.
the Chop giving you some props. Yeah, I've been getting the new graphics and putting them on there, redoing the old games like you've been doing. Really
I'm
awesome.
gonna show some of that off. Show some. I know Chop was there when I showed some of this off, like on Saturday.
Played all the Borderland games that never played the. You didn't go like hunting for guns and stuff. All the special guns that they had like secrets and stuff to find. And man,
I would have
that
just at that time. I think it came at like all three games. They came out at a weird time where I was already like heavily invested in other games or something like that. So it was always like I want to say the way I play Borderlands is almost like a pop and go thing where I just pop it in, play for a little while, and then hop off. A lot of games work like that for me, like Fallout. I don't think I ever successfully completed a Fallout game, but I made 'em- I made like super far. But I get so into the side quests and shit. It's a matter of like.
yeah, you want to do 100% completion and shit.
Mm.
I have to finish my second playthrough of Dragon Age Veilguard on PC.
Mm.
Nice.
I did like Dragon Age. I played like the first 3 games, Origins 1 and 2.
Last game you owned was Nintendo 64. Get that hashtag in there for a chance to get a duck for my monthly duck race. GTA, I can't get GTA.
I like GTA.
They decided to drop it. Nice.
I played GTA 5 a lot. Like I want to say the first year it dropped, That's kind of me. Like, especially with these games going like years with the server kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
I only devote like so long into a game because I feel like if I keep devoting time into the game, I'm missing out on other games. And I've done that. When Destiny came out, I spent like 2 years specifically playing that game. Where it was like every Tuesday I was doing raids and it was fun. I don't regret it. I had a good group and we enjoyed it. But it was like at the same time, it was 2 years I missed of playing like everything else that came out because I was so devoted to that game.
Hey man, I played Warcraft like that. Missed everything.
So I
What's up,
kind of
Beckerman?
I try not to do that. Hey, Mike. I
One of
try
our
not to.
D&D bros talks about
Did,
on Mike's channel with us in the live.
hell
We'll
yeah.
be doing that on Saturday. Check us out. Agreed. I see you grinding on Fortnite. Thoughts on the storyline so far with Godzilla coming out? It's probably why he's grinding right now.
I actually have not played Fortnite in like a month. It's kind of why I mentioned what I mentioned. Like I only put so long into something and then I move on. And like currently, like I made it up to the Snoop Dogg point, and the time they spent with that season, it kind of like rubbed me the wrong way. So I'm like 5 updates behind, which is a ton of getting I'm okay for now.
Las Cruces.
Hell yeah. Go, James.
Awesome.
Soylent Green is people. Stop drinking it.
Soylent Green is people.
Now, right now, I've been more into the retro game thing, and I go back and forth to modern to, no, but right now, getting like having my little secret stash, yeah, I've been more into the retro.
And other two things I watched in the past couple weeks was National Lampoon's Christmas Vacation, my favorite Christmas vacation, and I just popped it off there by accident. Oh well. But yeah, Christmas Vacation, love that shit. Hilarious.
It's a great movie. Classic.
What's up, Coco? How you
Hey,
doing,
Coco.
bud? Yeah, old school collection up. Original 1985 NES. Seeing if what Mike has been shown takes me back to the. Yeah, right. Playing StarCraft. Yes. Yep. I can imagine.
I was big into StarCraft. I love StarCraft. I never played
You don't know how
Warcraft.
much time I spent in Warcraft. My play time was stupid.
I never played, but I had a lot of brothers that did. And I know Randy did, and he was big into the fishing aspect. He was like, he'd be in there for hours just fishing.
Trying to get the special, one of the kind fish or whatever.
He loves fishing in real life, and it's funny. Any game that offers fishing, he's usually a big player. So Fortnite does offer fishing within it, and you will find him in the game. Like he's just over there fishing.
So definitely a gamer more than right. Your son is a gamer. Stuck on Asphalt
Legends. I know that game.
Interesting. A little time did they play the NES Pro Wrestling? Wow.
It's a game I don't have, but I do remember it. I don't have any wrestling games currently, and I've been thinking about picking up one or two because some of them are fun.
And the last thing, this movie was a masterpiece. Superman, the Christopher Reeve story. If you haven't seen it yet, it's just a story, documentary about his life, the ups and downs, so many highs, and then of course so many lows, but just a story about purpose and amazing. Makes you feel all the emotions. I don't know if I've ever felt anything like Naruto is peak for me as far as storytelling, as far as every emotion you can imagine happens. Like you could finish watching some Naruto and be like drained emotionally. That's what I felt like watching this movie. It finished and I was just like, oh my gosh, just completely.
All right, honest question. How many times did you cry? I cried through the whole goddamn movie. Like, man, I'm telling you, and it's not like you're crying in a sad way. And there's those moments, but you're talking about all the times that they go into the detail of how he helped people and what he did after that point, and like who he like. You talking about I couldn't stop crying, and you're talking about great storytelling, the way it's narrated, like the different cuts of the interviews. It's a definite must watch, and I'm one of those people that I grew up during this time, and I'm not. Superman wasn't one of my. So I mean, this movie was great and everything, but it doesn't have the hold that it does to other people. I was more Batman, and I still appreciate it for what it was. No, this movie was fantastic. I mean, and I do know, I mean, growing up with that story, I can remember the day that aired, that accident happened. That broke the world when it happened.
Yep.
That was one of those moments. It was almost like that 9/11 moment. It was another moment that it broke. That everybody stopped. It's crazy.
What's up,
It's so
Crazy?
good.
How you doing?
Hey, Crazy.
And
Crazy
Guillaume.
Ski.
What's going
Hey,
on?
Gil. It is
Delicious
delicious.
people. Now with
It's addicting. You better watch out.
Good Lord.
That's how they get them cannibals.
That
It's
movie
all starts
almost
as
made me cry. Dude, I bawled
almost.
this movie.
No, hell no. I
bawled.
bawled like a baby. My brother came in and he was like, "What the hell are you watching?" And I was like, "I'm watching this Christopher Reeve documentary about Superman." He was like, "And they got you crying like that?" I was like, "Mm-hmm."
Hell yeah. So good.
That's
Saw
the
it in
reason.
theaters twice. Nice.
That's the reason I did not go see it in the theaters. I really wanted to, but I knew I was going to be crying a bunch after I saw the trailer. The trailer got me to cry, so I was like, I'm not going to be that single weird dude that's in the back of.
Maiden, what's going on? Maiden's World of Wax.
Hey, Maiden.
Great show tonight, bud. As always.
We gonna get there,
Appreciate
chap.
you.
We gonna get there.
We got a lot of respect for Christopher Reeve. Once before we watched Now Unlimited, exactly. Yeah, it gives you a new aspect on a few things if you didn't know, because back then there wasn't a lot. There was articles written and stuff, but this is deep from the family's perspective, his children's perspective,
what they went through, and
so very
watching him go through it.
Very well done. Super Mario Brothers 2, 3. 3 was my favorite of the Marios. Zelda, Excite Bike was amazing. Contras, Ninja Gaiden, Double Dragon, TMNT, Punch Out. Classic.
Some classics, all of them, man. I personally am not a huge Excite Bike, fan. I played it, but it was never like a go-to for me or my friends. It was kind of, and I think all of us had it. During some of the championships, it was always like, I want to say 3 different championships. That was one of the games that was like a must. I was like, oh, Excite Bike.
Carmen, what's going on, Carmen's Crafts?
Hey, Carmen.
Hope you're doing well, Carmen.
Been enjoying her community page with all her different crafts. She puts up a different craft every day. I like that. It's been nice.
Heck yeah. But check this out. It's on HBO Max now.
Yeah.
Just great
watching
stuff.
HD at home. Just get that box of tissues,
One more person I want to shout out real quick. If anybody knows him, Flowers Comics on Instagram. Milt Miller. He is part of the Gibbon gang. Been battling cancer for about 6 to 9 months, I think, going through chemo and stuff. And actually, hopefully, he's cancer free now. So, posted this article, this post talking about it. So he put it out there. I know he wants to stay a little private sometimes, but I also want to get him a little bit of support. So go over to Flowers Comics if you would on Instagram and just go to this post, like it, send some love to him, show some support.
Yeah, send them some prayers,
Mm-hmm. All right, you got some stuff to show off?
Heck yeah, I got a bunch of stuff, because we had the 2 weeks, and we had, so I picked up quite a bit. First off, I'm going to show off something for people that don't know. A very convenient and cheap gift for a lot of your guys at home. I know there are some women in the audience, but guys too, for your kids, but they have clone systems now that are exactly the same. This is a Super Nintendo, this is an HD version. And that's the benefit, is you get to play the same games. It works with the same components, even though it comes with 2 controllers. You could use the old controllers. Same plugs, the same card. Another detail about it is that also plays Famicom games, so you can play like the Japanese games that we didn't get, which is kind of neat, because there are some Japanese games that don't have a lot of text and stuff. So now, I picked up
the Super Nintendo. How was the saving on that? Was the saving on the game?
Yes, on all these cartridge-based games in the beginning, that they had a little. It looks like a little watch battery inside. And You know, and that is
I
like
couldn't remember.
that is something that, like, if you're buying old cartridges, like some game stores will, like, as they buy games from people, they will like clean them and they'll swap out the batteries if it has one. Most places don't though, so you know, generally it's something you have to, like, if you're buying Nintendo or Super Nintendo or Genesis, it's usually something you need to like inquire about. Like, hey, do you know if this battery's been switched out? Because if it's been sitting there for 30 years, the battery's
Yeah,
probably not good and you're not going to be able to save. But most game stores, like these used game stores that have retro stuff, they all feature like repair, or and it's like a $2 service. Like usually when I buy a game that had, because in Nintendo and Super Nintendo, they still, not every game had this battery feature. Most of the stuff had like password saves where like you had to write down.
yeah. That's what I thought. Like
So
a lot of them start out with were password saves.
another high selling, thing, because this is the HD Genesis version, and these are all Hyperkin. They have different brands that make these. I just prefer Hyperkin. They the good quality, and I kind of prefer their controllers. They're same type of controllers, but little modifications, like a nice controller bumps for your thumbs, instead of a flat base. Okay, but a high selling point is from Nintendo, Super Nintendo to Genesis. They only go up $10, and the Nintendo version of this is 40. The Super Nintendo version is like 50, and the Genesis is 60. So they're not that expensive either. And to give you a price comparison, if you were to go buy a brand new Genesis from a used store or online, roughly retails for about $100. So if you bought this, you're saving like $50, $60. Well, the same thing with the clone the Super Nintendo or the, Nintendo shouldn't. And the problem with Nintendo is you have to worry about the whole pin thing, and whether or not they fix that, because a lot of those are just broken to begin with. All right, so I have a
What's
ton
up,
of stuff I have
Biz?
to grab.
How
Hey,
you doing?
Biz.
Great to hear
No, but
Milt was doing better. Exactly. He's a great dude. TCP? What's going on, TCP?
yeah, Collector Pete.
If you gotta look for those replica consoles. Yeah, there's a bunch of different people that make them. That's why I was trying to get more out of
Hey,
Mike. Like
in most
those are
game
pretty
stores, they
quality. Have
usually.
you had?
Okay, so with my Nintendo clone systems, I actually have two different like brands or whatever companies that made them, because when it comes to Nintendo, some of the clone system will play certain games and some won't play. Like, and they give you a list like in the box of like games that are notorious. Hey, it won't.
Yeah.
It won't work on the system. With Super Nintendo and Genesis, they play everything. It doesn't matter. Like, I've had no problem. But all right.
Mike
So
loves the Dr. Mario.
I do. And I might have it.
What's up, Dave?
Hey,
Still only 35 cents.
hey, Dave. All
Yeah,
right. So I'm gonna show you
Canadian.
this.
I mean, not
This.
Canadian. Australian.
Yeah, somebody
Thanks
else
for
to show.
popping in. And a surfer. What's going on? Hawaiian homie. How you doing, buddy?
Hey, surfer.
Talisman. Oh, you're doing Talisman? I didn't see the end of the show. Is that what you guys announced?
That is it. It will be the next book that we're featuring as a talisman, and I'm gonna make a post sometime. It's gonna be quick though, because we're taking like, I want to say, a month off before I do this.
Yeah, that is Hot Wheels behind the wall.
It is. They're all Batman.
Batmobiles. Yeah.
I have a whole bunch of other Hot Wheels, but they're over there. But those are all my Batman stuff. All right. So first off, Sonic is coming in. I didn't have a physical Sonic cartridge, so I was like, hell yeah! But the significant is the not for resale Sonic 2, because most of the systems came with Sonic 1. So that's pretty cool finding them out. I mean, it wasn't expensive. It's like $5.
Is it like a
Still,
store demo?
it was like later releases. They released a Sonic 2 with the system, but it was like very low production kind of thing.
Okay. I got
Something
you.
probably most people never saw. This was the store like was, I guess, so happy that he just was giving away. So I got this and like a Madden game. He was like, "Hey, I'll give you a couple free games," and it was like a bunch of sports. So I was like, "Yeah, my brother likes gambling. I'll pick up the Caesar's Palace."
Hell
All right, so that's all the new Sega I bought. But so Super Nintendo, I got RoboCop versus Terminator was actually the first game I picked up, and it's based off the Frank Miller comic that released back in the day. It actually features panels from the comic.
Oh, dope.
but it's actually one of the better like RoboCop games over the years because I had to date now I have 3 different versions of RoboCop and they all kind of play the same. This one's actually like halfway decent because usually it's just RoboCop and he's like,
Is this just a side scroller?
mhm. Second off, I got a Final Fantasy game I've never completed, but this is Mystic Quest. This is before they were picked up, before Squaresoft mixed with Square Enix, because at that time they were kind of in that merge or whatever. And this is notoriously known as like the most dumbed down like RPG ever, and they did it on purpose because they thought like Americans were just dumb or whatever. Um, it's kind of one of the reasons I've never like completed because everybody was like, "Oh, that's the easy game." You know, I was like, "Oh, okay, I won't play that." So I'm gonna make it a habit to try and beat that. Another one is a big one for me. This is my favorite version of Jurassic Park on all the different systems that came out, and this is like the least unknown version of it because most people prefer the platforming side scrolling one. Um, this one looks like Zelda, and it plays like so. It's a like bird's
That's
eye
cool.
view, and
Yeah.
you actually have quests and stuff. Like the first quest, you have to go around and find like dinosaur eggs, and you have to stop the raptors from escaping. Okay, and then that game, it's another game that I've played and I've gotten super far, but I've never actually completed it, kind of thing. So I'm gonna make it a habit to. All right, so we're getting into Nintendo. Another game that I've seen forever
Ooh,
and I've never
that's a good
physically
question.
played it. What was that? Can Game
Game
Shark or Game
Sharks and
Genius?
Game Genies be used on replica?
Yes, they can. I actually plan to get a Game Genie just to verify that, but I have been told they do work, and everything else that I've come across, like accessories and weird games, I can go into what games don't play because some of the favorites that you mentioned don't, but well, I'll get there. Um, yeah, but this is actually decent. I've actually started this, and it was something I've seen forever, just never tried it. And I always enjoyed the art. Technically, it's like part 4 to a series that we never
Yeah, because
got. Like
that looks just like, oh my god, one of my favorite games growing up. What was it called?
we never got like part 1, 2, or 3. This
Oh,
is like specifically, this was the only part in the series we got, and that's why like it didn't really
dude, I
sell
can
a lot.
swear that is a cover of a game that I played on Sega Genesis.
Now they've continued it. It goes past this.
Okay.
They do have more, and it because it is. I forget the series is
Oh,
some
what is
kind of
that
like
game
dragon.
called?
It's some kind of
Yeah,
like dragon.
something like
It's
that. I swear to
all
God, it's
right.
the same picture.
Somebody had mentioned this, but Dr. Mario is definitely one of my all-time favorites. I love this game. Like it's a game that you can pop in and just lose time on it and have a
Uh-huh.
good time with it, and it's multiplayer, so you can get some people invested in it, kind of thing. I used to get high as shit and play that game for hours. So much fun.
What's up,
Um,
SCA? How you doing, bud?
hey, SCA, notorious,
Barry?
like a huge game that comes out. Hey, Bear Bear.
Oh,
But super hard. But I love this game, Ninja Gaiden 1.
yes.
Nothing but a
Yes.
classic. It's another game that like I've beaten at one time or other, you know, but not in a long time. I've tried to do it recently, and it's just that tough. I can't do it. Um, but Ninja Gaiden 2, predecessor, another game that I've gotten really far, and I don't know if I beat this one. I don't remember. I can't claim I have, you know, kind of thing.
Yeah,
Um,
those are hard. One hit, you're fucked.
yeah,
Games.
yeah. Who Framed Roger Rabbit? One of the more decent versions of an LGN game they released, and it was the game that I played a lot back in the day and couldn't ever figure out what the f was going on. I have recently finally completed it, and it's not actually that complicated. But the game just doesn't explain stuff. I love YouTube now. We have walkthroughs.
Is that game from the top view too?
Sometimes it's like it has like when you start the
I
game, it's
remember
top
that game. I don't know
down.
if I can remember it.
When you start the game, it's top down, and then when you go on buildings, it turns into like a side scroller. But predominantly, it's like because that's what you're doing is you're looking for certain things. The game doesn't tell you that until you get going. You just start. You're supposed to be searching everywhere, and like as you go, you start picking up items, and like as you go along, you start finding the items you need to complete the mystery or whatever. Um, Now this is one of my projects. I bought this one specifically way cheap because of this, but it's missing like the label. I've already ordered it, kind of thing. But this is
Double
Double
Dragon.
Dragon 2. I have Double Dragon 1 and 3. I was missing 2, and like I was like, I'll get that, and it was like I think it was like $3. I was like, yeah.
You
A
played the
game that
Friday the 13th game?
I love that game, and it's one that I've never completed because I could back in the day we couldn't figure out what to do. We played the crap out of it. We'd go back because it actually even though people complain about it, it's like playing it. It's actually fun, but
Uh-huh.
figuring out what it was.
He said impossible to win. Love to try some
Oh, I've
cake.
seen people beat it. Roger Rabbit,
Yeah,
John. Yeah, and
have
that's
ghost
because
hunters.
once you get in the car, that's kind of what it is. You're doing this
Okay.
weird like it's not like you press left and you drive, but no, it's like it does this weird like compass thing where no, it's weird. Um, I already had picked up Bart Simpson versus the
Ooh.
Space Mutants, so I got Bart versus the World. I'd never played this one. It's one of the later releases. I was like, I'll get that. Yeah, I think it
Yeah.
plays just like the other one. All right. This one, this has been like most of my week right here trying to beat this again. I beat it before, like in the past, but I've beaten the Switch version, which it's a little easier. So, Star Tropics, I love this game. It's so fun. A lot of people know about it, but I don't think they've physically played it. But yeah, you talk about the last level was just a straight up challenge, and it allows you to save like right before you get to the main bad guy, and it's like, ugh. But I physically bought this and part two. I don't have part. It's actually plugged in the system right now. But I bought Yard. I think it's Yar's Revenge or Yoda's Revenge, which is the sequel to this. And it's so heavy orientated. When I put in the second one, I was like, yeah, I beat that before. Let's get going. Nah, it's so heavy. If you don't remember specifically what happens at the end of this one, you're lost, kind of thing. All right. I got a couple more.
Shop. My mom would get these games for QVC and the Home Shopping Network, and it had like 20 to 50 games. Some were amazing, some were not good. I mean, to play some games that were not available. Nice.
They still sell stuff like that. They're called like Evercards. You can get them for like the Nintendo, the Genesis, the Super Nintendo, and it's like a card that has like 250 games on it. And not all the games are like known. Some of them are like Snake, and you know they're games like that. That's how they get away with that. You know, oh, there's 500 games on here. There's games, but they're not all like known games. And Yar's
Right.
Revenge, of course.
There you go.
Sorry, baby. Smash TV. It's in horrible condition. Looks like it was in a
I
fire.
love
But
that.
I love this game. It's
Yes.
another one that I don't think I've ever beaten, like the arcade or this version. But I love this game. I mean, it ties into the whole Running Man. Like, oh, I love it. The whole I'll buy
you
that for $1. You know?
sit down with a buddy and just play the shit out of that game.
One that I've seen the art for this and the game forever, and I've never played a single one. I don't know how or why I haven't, but Ultima, and this is a quest of the Avatar or whatever. I think this is the first in the series. It's just like a Final Fantasy type game, and I was like, how have I never not played this? And I've seen all of them forever. All right, I was talking about I was doing
Ultima was real big on PC.
Yeah, it's huge, and they have multiple games on all the different systems as it goes. And I don't think I played a single one. I was like, oh, I'll grab that. All right, so I was talking about the experiments that I've done. I finally got the first experiment. This is one of those clone like cartridge. It looks like a physical, but technically it's even 3D printed where it says like Nintendo. No, but the whole card is like 3D printed. But it looks legit though, and it's exactly what it is. It's Dragon Warrior 1. It's in English, and it works on my clone system. So I went ahead and like ordered a couple more because this was like a $4 test to see if these like homebrew games work on systems.
Uh-huh.
Like so I got
What are they? How?
it,
Like
it's
somebody's
just
just making these, or
yeah, they're ordered from like China. They're ordered from like China or something like that.
hey, if they work, I guess.
Yeah, but so I ordered Mother, which is it technically never released in America until last year, and it was released in Japan way back in the 80s, and we never got it. We got part 2 to this game, and it's super famous. That's Earthbound on Super Nintendo. The Mother series, we never ever got part 1 and part 3. so getting this game, and then not only that, it's in English. Like it's not like a Japanese version of the game, and um, like technically the way we got it was on the Switch. They gave us like an English version on the Switch for us to play, and I played it recently, so I was like, all right, I know this game. Let me buy this homebrew and see if it works, and see, like, it did. And then technically it's not a game that exists on the Nintendo. It's kind of like that Pokemon one. So that was the first one, and I've already ordered like Dragon Warrior 3, because Dragon Warrior 3 technically for me to
Crazy
buy the,
expensive.
yeah, it's like a $200 game, and it doesn't matter where you go unless the person just doesn't know what they have, which nowadays everybody does. Yeah, so that's kind of what I'm going for, is like the more expensive ones. Like DuckTales 2 is like a $200 game. I would generally like to play that game, kind of thing.
Uh-huh.
This is another one of those tests I did. So we kept going back and forth on the sticker, and we couldn't get the color right on this one. So I went like super crazy on this one, and it's like basically a holographic version of Castlevania, which I was like, yeah, freak it, I'll do that. I really enjoyed that. But I have a couple other I could show you, like yeah, that was the like fit, and I was like, nah, I don't really like the gray on that. It's supposed to be like a silver on the original. I'm trying to get it either as close as I can, or I'm gonna do the, but this is just an example. That's the RoboCop, and eventually this is the, and this is one that I couldn't get we couldn't get exactly right, because the font there, and like the font here is like a. I was like, screw it. And I mean, these are all mine and stuff, but once I get them on it, they look clean and shit. I have like a couple stickers I'm waiting on, and like I bought one from Maximum Carnage, and it's stuck in the Canadian Shabakle thing. Oh, I got a couple more.
Stuck in the pile.
Yep, I did pick up a
Leave it
couple of
piled there.
my King books. I got a couple King books on
Ooh.
sales, like a couple dollars. One of his newer ones, I think
Never heard of that
2019.
one, yeah.
It's supposed to be like the scariest book ever, I've been told. I don't know.
Institute.
One that I've wanted to read for a long time, one of his hated ones, but the Tommy Knockers, it got made into a movie, and the movie also was not that great, but I've always wanted to read it for myself to see if it was as bad as everybody says it is. And last but not least, I'd never seen this before in my life, but this is the book that Lucas made into Willow. I never knew that there was a book before. I was like, what? This is not a movie adaptation of the. No, this just like Willow the game. There was a brief moment in time right before Lucas got Willow, so I'm kind of like hoping that there's a little bit different in. I don't know. It might be straight up the same.
Interesting.
I thought it was really cool, but that's all I got.
Love and hate Tommy Knockers. That's what Steve said.
I'm really curious. It's a sci-fi. He hasn't done too many sci-fi, and I think this is kind of why, because when he did dabble in it, he didn't do too well, kind of thing. But I've always been curious, because it was one of the it was like one of the first Stephen King movie adaptations I didn't like, and it kind of like blew my mind. And I was like,
Toomba and Casper. I remember Casper, Toomba.
Depends on which Casper. I like Casper for the PS1. I don't remember a Casper before then. Toomba, I'm trying to think what it is. There's a game that I've wanted, and I thought I was picking up, and I picked up the wrong game. There's a game called Tubin. And Tubin is like, you're in these, it kind of reminds me of Paperboy, but you're in these, you're just in an inner tube, and you're floating down a river, and you're trying to avoid stuff as you go down. It was an arcade game, and I love Dreamcatcher. I never read, but I am one of the people that I love the movie, and a lot of people hated it. I love Q-Bird.
Classic.
Q-Bird is one that I've been looking for, just because I like the whole sound effect.
The Talisman by King would make an incredible Netflix show.
It would, but we're getting a movie instead, and not only that, but that's the next project from the Stranger Thing team. That's the next director piece they're doing after Stranger Things. They're attempting to do the Talisman, but not only that, it's going to be a 3-people project where it's the 2 brothers from the Stranger Things and Steven Spielberg. Aww.
What's up, Ari? Ari fam?
Hey, Ari.
Hope they follow up with the Black House. Huh. Is that another one of his books?
That's the sequel to Talisman. Talisman is technically like it's supposed to be a trilogy of series, but Talisman is co-written with Stephen King and Peter Straub. Peter Straub passed away back in like 2017 or something like that, so the third one might not ever get made. Like it might. He's been kind of hinting that he wants to write it alone, but it was kind of their project, Talisman and Black House. But both Talisman and Black House are wonderful, and not only that, but they're heavily Dark Tower connected, like heavy. Ooh,
Just
Adventure
a
Island.
couple
Heck
more
yeah.
things before I put them up on the wall. I'll show them off again. Showed them off on Wednesday, but got some slabs from Rob's Fat Stacks, some Dr. Afra Run. Dr. Afra
like that.
#1 for second series, 9.8. Probably going to have that re-slab into CGC slab, just so everything is
I have to look for
the
that part.
same. And then Jen Bartel, Dr. Afra. These are both 1 in 25. This was number 6.
Yeah, I remember when that one dropped. That was a big deal.
Mm-hmm. Really happy to get those. A couple more things. I showed these off on Wednesday too, but
The Doctor.
Davis Ryder Naruto exclusives.
I actually like that. That's
Really
really pretty.
awesome.
Yeah, it is.
That's like straight up
Nope, they
how he
ruined
looks
it.
in the anime.
Take it back.
And
I like
foil.
it. The foil's okay. I like the white. The white kind of works with it.
And then I grabbed the 1 in 75 because it's a connecting. It's got my boy's arm. He's going to be on issue 2, I think.
Okay. Because I was like, what the heck is going on here?
4 issues, a turtle on each one, which is pretty cool. It's got Mikey with Naruto and the Toad, which is got the orange theme. So Sasuke is going to be the second one. So it's probably going to be Leo because he wears blue. Leo's blue. So that's pretty cool. They're doing a little color coordinated. Picked up
And
a
all
few
those-
more.
All those Christian we like. I mean, Mario Party and Mario Kart, Pokemon. I played them all.
Mm-hmm. The Doctor. Exactly.
Yeah, this was like the Doctor.
A couple more
Ooh,
Jim Lee.
Archangel. I remember that card.
Hell yeah, I love these trading card variants. And some Rogue, baby.
I like the legwork.
She's got
I love Dan. Christian, I'm all caught up on Dan.
Dan.
Yeah, I love Dan. Trev is in Washington. Oh, have you
I
watched it?
watched it? Yeah, oh yeah.
Oh.
I watched it.
Okay,
It reminds me of Bleach.
It does. It's got a different style too, but
Yeah, and of course I picked up another set of these Jim Lee foil reprints. Batman, Wonder Woman, and Superman.
yeah, I got the Batman and Superman.
Because Scotty Vaughn had these on there, $13 shipped for a set of these. I was like, I'll take them.
Yeah, that ain't bad.
Get a second set.
Chop, I agree.
And thought I'd show these off. I'm showing off Kiss covers, my favorite 31 Kiss covers for the month of December. So I've shown off 15 already, and these are the 15. So I'll show these off on here for those that haven't seen my Instagram.
I do like that one.
Just some great covers.
I do. It's like right there. I don't know if you can see it.
Spicy.
It's like a fourth print.
What is?
I had that Jim Lee Batman one behind him, but it's that one that came with the toys, and I think it's considered like a fourth print inside there or something like that. I forget what it is.
Second
I have
print.
yeah, something like that. I have the real versions as well.
Second print. One of my favorite all time, right? Top 5, Neil Adams.
Yeah, it's a pretty and a power couple, you know. Nah,
Right.
That one can move on.
A little bit of home wrecking there.
Hey, there we go.
I love
Power
this
couple.
tarot card.
Yeah,
Jen Bartel. Of course, this is the GOAT Kiss cover of all time. Some
it is. Yeah, I love that cover when I was growing up, and then I grew up. Now, it just represents something else, you know.
Just because you watched X-Men 97, you're sore. This
No, I was.
perfect.
I grew up and understood what Rogue was, and I don't think a lot. She's like the biggest tease ever. Hey, there's my dude, Frank. My hyena.
Some Jenny Friesen goodness. Nightwing and
Nightwing. All right. Huntress.
Huntress.
Okay.
Got Miles and Starling. Black Panther and Storm. That's a power couple.
Yeah. I actually preferred Forged and Storm, but yeah,
Got Night Owl and Silk Spectre. I love this one just because of the perspective looking out
me
of
too.
out
I
of
love
the
a lot of
owl
those covers, man.
into the city on fire.
I love that series. That was another series that was like love hate. Okay,
And the one today, I
have
love
that
this
cover.
one. The backstab.
Yeah, it's a good one.
So that's my first
Hey,
15.
Hey,
We're not going to
Gil,
have a show next Sunday. Going to be off for Christmas. Probably going to be out of town. We're going to be back on the 29th. I'm going to show the remaining of the month's covers. As far as what's coming up, on the 25th on Christmas, probably 7 o'clock Central Time, going to do a show, a Christmas giveaway show. Going to have Santa Trev or Trev Claus, as Tina said, going to come on there. And I have a little game that I'm going to do. I'm going to pick 5 winners. I'm going to have some mystery prizes, and they're going to do like a white elephant exchange. So they're going to be exchanging, stealing each other's gifts, and then whatever you end up with at the end. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Make a game out of it on
cool.
Christmas night for about an hour or so. But check that out. Like I said, no live this next week. So we have Wednesday live this week and then the Christmas live. And Mike, he's always doing lives every Saturday. This Saturday we got Dungeons and Dragons coming up.
Yep.
So check that out with Beckerman, Tony Commyverse, and Good Day. Good Day. I'm like, is it good?
Jesse.
Boy? I'm trying to find a beard right now. I already got a hat, and I'm probably going to wear like a Chiefs jersey. I'm thinking I don't have like a Santa outfit. I'm not going to go spend money on that. I'm spending money on a lot of giveaways. I'm not going to spend money on an outfit. But I'll try to like dress up some. Like I said, I got a hat and some other things. But thank you so much, everybody, for coming out. Appreciate y'all. I know that guy. He says, "Yeah, but
yeah,
yes, must dress up." Okay, I'll see what I can find. My town doesn't have. Went to a couple different places.
Hit the thrift shops. Like if you got a Goodwill.
I don't know where to find the freaking.
If you got a Goodwill, or if you got like, because over here we got ARC, and that they do have a lot of like Santa costumes and beards and stuff like that. They're usually pretty good for like lesser costume ideas. So I was gonna say, if you can't find a beard, go with a white wig, and just drape it that way.
Question. That's a good. Oh yeah, and I also opened up another one of these Naruto bag clips. Let me show these off. So far I got Rock Lee.
Oh, all right.
Haven't done got a dupe yet. Got Shikamaru, Naruto's wife Hinata, and Naruto's dad Minato. And I opened one up the other day, and I got the Chase Naruto. He's got the Rasen Shuriken.
Oh, that's cool.
That's pretty cool. I'm gonna do a little deal to hang up on the wall there. So that's like super, super flimsy. Like that can break off really easy. But let's show that out because I forgot to show that off on Wednesday.
Use a mop for a beer.
Use a mop? Yeah, I'm not a bum. Who said that?
Who
said use a mop for a beer?
Lady prom.
Damn it!
You could just take some paper, just some white paper, and cut it, and
Oh, do like a paper mache beard. That's a thought. That's a.
You could just, not even do the
I'll
paper
be talking,
mache.
it'll be like.
It'll be like take some string and have like the piece of white paper hanging there, and be like, oh, have another piece of paper going that way.
13-1 surfer. Damn you. Yeah. I know I used to do a lot. I don't do any shorts anymore. I went through my video phase and then my short phase. Now I'm on my live stream phase. It's just most enjoyment for me. But thanks everybody so much. Have a great week to prepare for this next. See you on Wednesday and then on my Christmas live, like I said. And as always, Matt Woods.
That was.